Welcome back to another episode. We have breaking news in the AI world. Um, it is January 30th, 2025, and Italy's Data Protection Authority, known as the Garante, said today that it had blocked the Chinese artificial intelligence app DeepSeek from both the Apple and Google app stores over a lack of information with respect to the app's use of personal data. Just to give you a little bit of a background, the Garante is an agency that was established in 1997 following the implementation of the EU Data Protection Act, GDPR, and Italy's data protection law, which sought to align with EU rules. And it's become increasingly active as a watchdog agency in safeguarding personal data and privacy rights in Italy, and intervenes pretty frequently, more so than similar bodies in other European Union countries. Ireland is the country that tends to bring the most actions because a lot of the tech companies are actually headquartered in Ireland. But this Italian watchdog protection agency or authority is very active as well. And so this started on Tuesday, when this was yesterday, Tuesday 28th, not yesterday, 2 days ago, when the Garante requested information from DeepSeek regarding both its chatbot, the use of data in its chatbot, and also how their model is trained. And it's specifically, the agency is requesting officially information from DeepSeek as to what personal data is collected, from what sources, for what purposes, and on what legal basis, and whether that data is stored in China. Where is it stored? And obviously, they're concerned about Italian citizens' data, just like the EU, Data Protection Act, the GDPR, is concerned about EU citizens' data, personal data. And so they're waiting for this information. They're also asking for information about what the app is doing to safeguard underage users on the app, and then also about the app's efforts, if any, to avoid bias and electoral interference. This is a big concern due to some recent developments, particularly in Germany. So DeepSeek has, and its affiliated companies actually have 20 days to respond to this request for information. And in the meantime, it doesn't appear that you can access the app in either the Google or the Apple stores. There are some reports that people that already had downloaded the app are still able to use it. But this is a relatively new situation, so we'll see that, how it plays out. But as of Wednesday, the 29th, that's when the app could no longer be accessed in either one of those stores. This week, there were two other reports that came out that I think will likely bear on this investigation in Italy. And also sounds like Ireland has made a similar request for information, and Germany may be following suit. And so two things to point out. Wiz Research, actually, I did a little bit of snooping and identified a publicly accessible ClickHouse database belonging to DeepSeek, which actually allows full control over database operations, including the ability to access internal data, and potentially even gain control of the database. And there was no authentication required or anything like that. So it's very exposed, hopefully not now that that's been found and reported upon, but that is Wiz Research's latest report on that. At the same time this week, OpenAI has now made a claim against DeepSeek. They are alleging that DeepSeek trained its AI model on OpenAI's data, calling it an inappropriate use of its data. Some people are finding this ironic, given the fact that AI was trained on data that they did not have authorization to use either. And there are obviously some lawsuits pending over these issues, particularly with respect to copyrighted materials, which is something that I talk about, and we'll have some other podcasts about that issue. So that's the latest. We'll keep you posted on developments, and I will provide links to my sources so you can look up this information yourself and do a little bit of investigating if you would like.